As you already know, I released one video already of the trip that my son and I took to Peru, and we wanted just to basically let everybody know that, you know, Mark
I'm not in it, okay?
Mark didn't go on the journey.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had my reasons, but
yeah.
I wasn't able to go.
Yeah, we tried to plan this like a year and a half ago, and we kicked it around a lot, you know, and you know, there's logistics, there's money, there's personal time, there's vacation time off work. There's a lot of factors that go into planning a trip like that. But I always wanted to, you know, to explore the South America region with all the mountains down there and just see what it looked like. And
so you went with your son John.
Yeah, went with John.
Yeah.
Turned out very hard.
Yeah, and
very difficult.
After Chris got back and I talked to him and I saw that little clip that you've watched, I'm glad I didn't go. But, I mean, in terms of my health, I would have came back casually if I came back at all.
Yeah, as everybody knows, Mark has, you know, he has a bad knee for sure.
Yeah, and I just couldn't have done. I couldn't have done it, you know.
The Inca Trail is very difficult.
Yeah, so I'm going to be like our viewers. I'm going to live through Chris on that experience and put it up on my big screen TV.
Yeah, yeah. The Inca Trail was I'll just, you know, it is very difficult to do. It is. There's no sugarcoating it at all. It is very much up and down, very high altitude. You spend most of your time in high altitude regions, or rather very high, at, you know, 12,000 feet and above. Yeah. And it is difficult. And I came back and I told Mark, I said, man, I thought about you so much out there, because I thought about you, and I was 100% certain that we would have probably lost Mark out there. Yeah, and he would have blown out his knee.
Yeah, I don't want to blow out my knee or any other part of my body in Peru. So,
no.
I'm glad I didn't go. So you won't see me. Okay. That's what. So we felt like people were going to ask, "Where's Mark?" And so that's the story.
Yeah. So where's Mark? Where's Mark? We're going to hear that all the time. Where's Mark? Why? Where's Mark?
So,
where's the girls?
So that's
you know.
the story on that.
Yeah. The trip was supposedly off, and then my son graduated college, and he just came home and just said, "Dad, let's just go do Inca Trail, something that you wanted to do." And I was like, "You're kidding me, really?" And that's kind of how it all. Yeah. That's how it all came about after we kind of talked it over and we scrubbed it, and then it was a go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It was very dangerous at many times trying to film the video, and you won't even see a lot of things that was very dangerous along the trail, because you can't film and be worried about falling off, or or getting yourself hurt, or falling down the steps, because the steps are very steep. Yeah. So I hope everyone enjoys it, and Mark will watch it as a spectator.
Which is, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
After, like I said, after hearing what Chris said, I'm glad I'm not there.
Yep, it was a trip of a lifetime, and I'm glad I did it. Did you see our bags?
I took a picture of our numbers, by the way.
Take some and put it in your backpack if it's needed.
We're going to cross this sky. This is a small community, yeah? Sky, yeah? But in this trail we are going to see Salapunco Inca site using front of the Inca Trail, the classical Inca Trail. This is Salapunco.
Wow, the bridge it's a swinging bridge. It goes up and down. It's really cool. You know, you got to be thinking Sasquatches in the Andes Mountains. And until you come here and look at all the wilderness areas here, it's entirely possible. This area is the beginning of the trail. It's mostly a desert. All the cactuses. Very, very interesting looking. We're roughly around 9,000 feet, and boy, you can feel it. So that's what we're here for. We're here to see if we can see anything through the eyes of a Bigfooter. All right. Now this right here is a talus field like what we saw in Washington. Very big. And what we've all have noticed is the valley is turning from desert to more and more green as we keep going on. And so we were way over there by the ruins, way back that way, and now it's getting more green. We're leaving the desert little by little behind.
Oh, that's nice.
It's awesome.
Oh, you get my picture?
See, look how green the valley is. Look how green the valley is, and we got horses coming in right now. But when you look at the lushness of the valleys, it's entirely feasible and possible. Very steep though on that side.
It's hot. It's hard.
It ain't easy.
You have any words to say?
It's difficult. Come on, Mr. Chris, it's easy.
Come on!
Mr. Chris, this guy is strong.
Where's that soldier mentality?
My soldier mentality is in my backpack. It's very heavy. With camera gear.
You have anything to say? You want to say something? Alright.
Come check this one out. What's this? That's a small tomb.
Yeah,
Small
all this
tomb.
area, all this big mountain is the many tombs.
Man. Neat.
Cemetery of the Incas.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Completed day one. So we're gonna be heading up Dead Woman's Patch, which is the most difficult part of the whole trek. A little bit of what happened last night. What happened last night was I really couldn't distinguish anything out of the ordinary other than the dogs were barking at about 12:30, and they were barking again around 2 in the morning, and they were barking durations of like 20 minutes. So you might say, you know, why are dogs up here? But you know, we're camped out at a small little villager spot right now, and as I get out, I'll film that around a little bit also to show you what it looks like. And we're right on the edge of a river. The interesting thing was yesterday during dinner, our guide Franco had advised us to make sure that we put all our belongings inside the tent, and he said that they have had instances in the past where a shoe would go missing. I think that's kind of funny. They alluded it to maybe the animals or maybe the stray dogs around here in these little village camps. There's only like one, there's one more way down there that would maybe grab the shoe or something like that. But it's interesting to hear that, because this is a campsite, and that shoe goes missing. So he said, put all your belongings in the tent. Right, so I thought that was interesting. So we did tell the group yesterday that we are Bigfooters, and that's what we do. And I showed them what we pulled out of the green swamp. And don't ask people, because I'm not allowed to show you on camera what it was, but it was you know, it's big. And so they all look. The whole group is made up of pretty much all professional people. Everything from lawyers to you know, we have lawyers in the group. We have engineers in the group, and you know, very interesting people where they come from in their life. Didn't get any ridicule. They all looked at us like, oh, okay, pretty cool. Interesting. They asked a lot of questions about it, and it was a pretty good interaction. And I showed them some photos on my phone. So, all right. So we'll see how today goes. I'll film the campsite and a little bit more of the village here shortly. And day 2. Thanks. And here's the valley we're staying in on the first night, and the mountain range, and a little bit of a small little village that we stayed at. Pretty interesting. Right here you see that a lot of the villages are made out of just clay, mud, straw, bricks. A lot of the houses are made out of that, and this just shows you how it looks like. And it's really neat looking. Hopefully it's coming in focus. And I don't have any foreground objects. That down there is where the river is also. Pretty neat. Dog. And the interesting thing, the decor on the homes and structures. That's a condor, and the condor is a representation of the level of what we consider, what the Christians will consider on the level of heaven. So that's the meaning of that, all up in the valley. And there's John. He's going to do it in shorts today. All right.
Keep going.
There's some vegetables.
Yeah, the cactus and
We're supposed to be candid, like interjecting, yeah.
Here in my home is the breakfast. The breakfast is big.
and the different types of trees, a different type of forest. Almost like a pine, but it does not look like pine, just below the rock line. Part of the river.
All right, it's day 2. We're hiking to the Dead Woman's Pass. It's a very, very steep grade. It's extremely tough, much harder than I was expecting. I don't know, I did a half marathon. This is much harder than a half marathon. But we're out here, we're doing it, and lovely views along the way. So let's keep on going.
Yeah. How'd you sneak those? What? I have Reese's too, so.
That's why
Can I offer anyone a recess? Or is it too early? Nothing you want? I'll take one. No. You take one. All right. Here, take 2. I have too many. I'll take one then.
All right, small little bit. It's good. You can feel it. I'll tell you that much. John, you hanging in there?
Hanging in there. It's pretty damn high. There's a lot of stairs. Looking forward to it. Don't know what to expect, but we'll see.
It is tougher than I expected, I will say that. Is it tougher than y'all expected? Yeah. See?
Especially when the easy days.
See, senor, yeah?
We haven't even started the
Ask us at the top of that.
All right, now I gotta cut it and I gotta get some fluids. It's a beat down. We're not even halfway. And the Inca Trail is not to be taken lightly. I'll tell you that much. And thank you, Roger. And literally you have to walk. Okay, I'm 53, you have to walk. Literally you have to walk like this. I mean, just that slow. And although we did see one interesting footprint, and stupid me, I didn't film it. You just don't think straight. And Franco was with me and he said, "Do you think it's one?" And I said, "Well, you can see the toes," and it was like this long. And it was narrow. Sorry guys, I missed it. I wasn't thinking straight. And I should have at least stopped and filmed it, but I didn't. You can't always say, "Oh, there'll be a next time." So you can't always say that. So, my goof. Sorry about it. But you could see where it looked like it was something barefooted, that was for sure. Problem is it's humans here, so it's tainted. So let me get some water, and that's all for now.
We're hiking on the Dead Woman's Pass. We're about not even halfway up. It's a very steep incline. Gotta have hiking poles. Wish I would have trained a lot harder for this. I'm definitely out of breath, huffing and puffing, blowing the house down. So yeah, it's a very unique experience. Just to give you guys a little example of the grade, kind of looks a little bit like this. So it's definitely very steep.
I go for some lunch.
We'll sit over here.
Did our lunch spot, other than break spot?
a nice thing. Any second you stop on the hike, it's a beautiful view.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest.
It's hot, guys.
Very hot. Oh, man.
See, look how dense that is. I mean, it's pretty steep, of course, but it's very dense. It's getting more jungle-like.
Well, I got the second hand. It's a premium phone for like $200 less. The usual premium phones are like $700. So I think you can get it for like $500. But this is like 2 generations behind. ¿Cómo está tu para 7, 1 plus 7. 7. I haven't been mochila. We can Google it when we get back.
¿La semilla la puedo tirar?
Hey, how old is your phone?
Sí. No.
Maybe 3 years.
Sí.
Sí, tíralo nomás para que pueda crecer uno. Semilla de qué es, dependiendo.
You don't want to go that long with it.
A lo mejor no quiere que crezca una maceta que no es.
I know, that's what I mean.
No va a crecer.
No, no le va a crecer.
It's halfway to the halfway. We're still hanging out, doing well.
It is not to be taken lightly. I'll say that again. Very beautiful.
It's very hot, and somehow we're still breathing smoke. It's definitely cool. Once the canopy, we're kind of in this forest section, so once the canopy kind of goes over us, it gets pretty cool. Anyways, here's a nice little waterfall. Woo! It's very cold. You can actually breathe smoke, which is very cool, but it's kind of interesting how the climate changes as soon as you go from outside and then to the sun into kind of a canopy section. It's so cold you can breathe smoke, and we have this nice waterfall. It's definitely very scenic. It's been a great hike so far. So.
Any Bigfoots?
Oh no, not yet. No Bigfoots yet.
I wouldn't even say the word yet. It's very difficult, but it's beautiful though.
What's up, guys? So one thing to note, I kind of didn't take this hike serious at all. I was kind of just putting it off. Didn't really care. I didn't think it'd be that tough. And so at the last minute, my dad convinced me to purchase all this different gear. And just as a disclaimer, I have no affiliation to Osprey, but man, their bag has been amazing. I always wanted to backpack more and travel more, so I figured I'd just make the purchase, and man, it has held up. It is probably the best pack I've ever worn. I can't say better things about the company as a whole, and it's just been great. And so I'm a little out of breath. We keep hiking these stairs. Just take a quick look at all these steps. So it just goes on forever. But even though you might hike so many steps, it's the view, it's what makes it all worth it. So it's definitely been a unique experience, one that I'll never forget, and I'm very excited to be out here and see what's at the top of the mountain. I mean, we're doing this huge pass called Dead Woman's Pass, and I mean, come on, with this many steps, I'm kind of expecting something at the end. It's got to be some sort of breathtaking view or something. So stay tuned. It's kind of funny because when you read all these amazing reviews online of the Inca Trail, just to put things in perspective, this is the part that they don't tell you. So as you can see, steps on steps on steps on steps. So, but we're doing it. We finally emerged from the jungle and just want to get a quick little snapshot of the view. It is truly amazing. So we finally made it to the halfway point of the Dead Woman's Pass. We're gonna have some lunch. Not sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's called Lulu Chopampa. So there you go.
Alright, this is the valley that's going to the Dead Woman's Pass. It's supposed to be the beast. And let me assure you, it has been a beast, and that's the pass. And if you thought you was in shape, you're not. You're not. You're not in Inca shape. Check out the mountain range. So we're sitting at 12,445 feet. We got to go just shy of 14,000. Doing it in shorts. Had to take it down. So we'll meet you at the top, hopefully.